Lola has been doing her ISR refresher. She's been working on that all day, swimming back and forth and floating and simulation exercises. When I saw it in action, it was like magic. She's got it and she's doing it, and I'm just proud. A crying child isn't a drowning child, because drownings are silent and you can't hear anything when that happens. So if my daughter is screaming and crying through a lesson, I consider that a good thing because it means she's alive.
On your back.
Honestly, before Christian's accident, I was thinking I need something like that, but I didn't know what it was yet. The fact that my son couldn't even walk, that he wouldn't crawl through a doggy door and go out to the pool. I never would have thought that that would happen. It's an accident. It's when people are so comfortable with their surroundings, they don't think something like this could happen. And that's how it happened to me. I was comfortable with my surroundings until they prove you wrong. And that's when catastrophe happens. Just a gorgeous, beautiful, big, white-headed baby. He had no hair, and he had this big, white, bright head. So that's Christian. And he loved to swim. Since the first time he touched water, he loved to swim. And there he is swimming with his daddy. He just laughed and he loved the water. We went to Key West a month before his accident in June of '09. And that's him in the really salty water, but he loved the water so much, but he kept splashing, and that water was like 75% salt, and so his eyes hurt really bad. And he would splash until he just couldn't take it anymore. And that's him on the beach. About a month later, I was about 4 months pregnant with Lola at the time. And I remember I was grumpy that day. It was just an off day, and we had just gone out as a family swimming. My dog went swimming with us too, all the time. She couldn't resist. If we were in there, she had to be in there. She would swim until the last person was out, and she would take in so much water because she would like bite the water and the splashing that she would just pee nonstop. It was like clear pee all over the house. So she had a little paper-sized doggy door. It was like, I swear, 8 by 11. As soon as we came in, I opened the doggy door so that she would be able to go outside. I asked my son, I said, can you sit with him on the couch and watch SpongeBob? I'm gonna lay down. He's like, sure, that's fine. The next thing I know, I closed my eyes, and the next thing I know, my son came running in to the bedroom, frantic, and said, Mom, Christian got outside. He just wandered, got off the couch and wandered off and went through the doggy door and crawled. He couldn't walk. He crawled himself out there, and he was found near the edge of the pool, face up. And my son went in there and pulled him out and laid him on the ground, and then came and got me. And I started just giving him breaths, like doing the breathing part of CPR. Water would just come spilling out, and he was just completely filled with pool water. And I kept on doing that, thinking that that was gonna be, he just needed oxygen. But nothing's happening. Like a minute later, I don't know how long it was, a police showed up at the door, policeman, and he was a young guy, and I said, are you gonna take over? And he goes, oh no, I'm not taking over, the paramedics are here. And so again, I was just like, oh my God, what's going on? And the paramedics rush in, they scoop Christian up, and he was just limp. He was gone. He was dead. This is Christian's food, and basically, just to show you, this is the last bit of his breakfast blend. And it is a mixture of blueberries, pumpkin, apple juice, almond milk. It's enough to make it so that he's getting between 1,000 and 1,500 calories a day. He eats what we do. So if we're having macaroni and cheese, he's having macaroni and cheese. So it's really worked out great because he gets to be part of the family and still eat what we eat. There was a point where he gasped, Christian did. And we all thought, okay, this is it. He's coming back. It was the heart stopping, that when the heart stops, the body gasps. And that is when Christian officially pretty much died. Like, he didn't have a pulse and he didn't have a heartbeat anymore. So we get to Northwest Hospital, and there's no separation really between me and what's going on besides a glass window, but the door's open. And finally, she comes and says, "Would you like to go and be with him?" And from what I can gather, I think that they were about to call his time of death. And so my husband and I walk in, and I put my hand on his leg, and I said, "Christian." And at that second, he had a pulse, and he came back. And they said, "We have a pulse." And everybody just rushed on him. He had a heartbeat, he had a pulse. They said, "Call UMC, we're bringing him."
Pinwheel. Pinwheel.
Okay.
Good job, Christian. It was literally like we lost a son. We have the Christian before the accident, this little boy that we were blessed enough to have for 11 months in our lives. And we have this one, and it's like having two sons. Christian is not that little boy, but we love him the same, if not more, than the other little boy. And the other little boy is very much like having the little boy that passed away. I just want him to be able to enjoy life, and no matter how that is, even if it's just sitting and enjoying, I want him to be okay. I don't want him to feel sad or angry. My goal is to educate and tell people about ISR and help bring those services, because this is a gift that I've given my daughter, that the swim instructors have given my daughter, that she can use no matter who she's with. If she's with me, if she's with a grandparent, if she's with a friend, if she's at a babysitter's house and they have a pool, she will always have this skill, period. Just want to make sure that everybody knows not to take things for granted. You know, not to take things for granted, because it can all change in a second, literally, just a few seconds and everything changes. I am sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that if he had had the ISR skills, that he would be the Christian he was before. He would have survived through that.